So to continue on that topic, what I've heard also several times from different people is CEOs at the top, right?
Mhm.
Founders initially usually. So they've taken the company to a certain point, let's say 0 to 1. Now they want to go to the next phase, 1 to 10 and up, and they're telling me, I don't think I'm the right one. So what should I do? Should I continue? Should I hire, a CEO and maybe become like more of a project manager or CTO or whatever? What's your take on that?
I don't think very good question. And I don't think there's one answer. If you look, big companies, look in tech here in Silicon Valley, where you have founders, the Google founders, they brought in Eric Schmidt at one point to help them manage the business. You have Mark Zuckerberg, who basically is still there and very visible. And, he brought in Sheryl Sandberg at one point. So you have Bill Gates, who stayed in the business for a long time. So I don't think there's one model that works. I think realizing the areas of help you need. So if you're looking, you have, let's say, you're really technical and sales is not your thing, and you had to do sales because you had to get revenue. But at one point, you got to bring in a salesperson. So you have options. You can hire a VP of sales. You could potentially bring a business partner, and they can focus maybe on the marketing and business side of the house, and then you focus on maybe delivery and the back office. So I think you have options there. The founder, what got you to 10 people and maybe $1 million in revenue will not get you to 2 millions and 3 millions and maybe 20, 30 people. So that's something to realize. It's all about learning, passion and drive and sacrifice can get you to the 1 million at one point. And many of your guests that I've listened to those podcasts, you got to scale with systems and process. And I think realizing where you need help and getting that help, whether it's again by hiring, whether it's by a set of advisors, maybe like have a small board, or maybe a business partner that can come in and maybe help you carry the load.
Right. So the key is to accelerate your growth. People, number one. That's why you say, no, I would say no. First, number one is realizing where you need help. And that you need help.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Then get the right people on board. Processes, that's what also you're saying.
Absolutely.
What else?
I mean, there's mindset stuff, and people talk a lot about it, right? I mean, we talk about resilience a lot. We talk about being comfortable with unknowns. So let's say you're at $3 million in revenue and you have 20 people, and now you're profitable and you really want to scale. You haven't done that before. So that's a lot of unknown, and you never had any marketing budget. So now you have, I can allocate $100,000 for marketing. I mean, these are big decisions business owners have to do when you're growing, when you're scaling. I remember when we hired our first senior salesperson, it was a disaster. I don't want to just blame it on the person, and this is many, many years ago, but I didn't even know sales, and I didn't know what to hire, and I didn't know what questions to ask. So seeking the advice would have helped. Maybe having a friend or pay someone to help me interview the right person would have helped. But I think that mindset of, besides the unknown and dealing with it, is that mindset of growing the business, and that sort of you grow or you die, and the ambiguity and the unknowns and the deals the things that could hit you externally without you even thinking about it, be it the pandemic, or be it a regulation, or be it some very stiff competitors out there. I think that mindset of just dealing with the unknowns and ambiguities, it's just part of that muscle that you have to grow as a founder who's now ready to scale and grow the business.